Very often, I'm pretty smiles when it comes to Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown, especially with the upcoming Season 6 happening next week. And today yesterday actually, we got our biggest solo club letter for Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown. It covers Season 6, Season 7, and Season 8. And honestly, there's details that a lot of you guys are going to be very excited to hear. I can't do this all in one video. So in this video, we're just going to talk about detective missions and Season 6 because there's honestly quite a lot of stuff, including optimizations on Xbox Series X, but we'll get into all that later. Let's talk about Season 6 and detective missions first. So this is the solo club letter for March, guys. As you can see, there's a lot. So detective missions, clothing stores, rework all of the vehicle lists, including the now revealed Dodge Viper SRT Coupe VR kit, quality life improvements, new customization and licensed items, so BMW M Performance, Audi Sport, Michelin liveries, spoilers, network improvements because that's very well needed right now, sound improvements, patch notes, roadmap time frame, Season 7, Season 8, community spotlight, Season 6 feature showcase. Yo, we're going crazy with this letter. But again, I have to split this up into multiple videos because honestly, we'll be here for 40 minutes straight if I decide to do this. So first, detective missions. And by the way, I was never actually a huge fan of them in the first place. That was before I saw what Katie did with them. When we decided to make the Year 2 Dev Diary and we thought of the community voted mission, I had a feeling that detective was going to win. It was very certain of it. And when you think about it, how could you possibly improve what was from TD2 into TDUSC? Well, Katie have done a very good job. In the background, you see gameplay of it. There's wiretapping, there's every mission is different. In TD2 was just the cheating the cheating wife. Now it's literally A to Z in terms of detective missions, which is crazy. And to quote what one of the game designers said, each mission tells a short story and together they reveal more about the people and their personalities you can encounter across Hong Kong Island and Ibiza. Some investigations are quite lighthearted, such as paparazzi assignments, while others dive into the more mysterious situations involving disappearances or suspicious activities. There's also some stories connecting the TDU universe, so even the characters inside TDUSC, and who knows, maybe we'll see other characters in later. But I have to admit, Katie did a really good job with these stories for detective missions. So upon approaching a detective mission, you guys can see it's going to give you all the details, whether the target vehicle, what's it going to be, the type of traffic, the road status, and of course the weather as well. So the example here is, you can see is Mathilde has asked for my help and she's worried about her upcoming wedding. Her fiance Victor Torres is going to Ibiza with his friends for his bachelor party and he fears he'll cheat on her while he's there. I want you to discreetly tail Victor and watch what he does on the island. So quite literally one of the examples from a TD2 style mission. And once you start the mission, the fixer will explain to you briefly why you're tailing the target. And this target is going to traverse through the roads and you're going to have to follow them throughout, and their driving style can change. Sometimes they'll be calm, but sometimes they'll also be aggressive and start speeding. But now throughout the mission, you'll have this wiretapping feature, which is quite literally one of the biggest differences between the previous TDU games. Essentially, during the wiretap process, you have to stay within the aligned area without being detected. And once you successfully wiretap it, the fixer will be able to give you the wiretap audio, and this will give you more insights behind the scenes of the story and who you're tailing and some other information that might be pretty vital to the actual mission itself. Once you're done though, you arrive to the scene and then you actually take a picture of the character and whatever they're doing or whoever they're meeting, which finalizes the mission. And by the way, in order to get the maximum amount of money from these missions, you do have to wiretap successfully, and there can be multiple wiretaps in one mission. But for the actual mission distribution, is going to be 15 day 1 of Season 6 and then another 15 in the mid-season update. But in the mid-season update, all 30 missions are going to get an improvement, and not even just an improvement, I'd say an overhaul in their difficulty. I say this because this is what Guillaume had to say in the letter as well. So two major work streams are underway. One is the advanced detection parameters. So currently only distance affects suspicion, but they feel this lacks a role play depth, which is expected of a test drive title. So we're adding new parameters that the suspect will detect, such as accidents, driving the wrong way, using the horn, drifting, over revving your engine, etc. Then there's also detection states. So the vision for detective mode is to make you feel like you're undercover and not in a police chase. To maintain this immersion, we previously lacked the tools to keep the difficulty high without being frustrating or weird. In addition to the new detection parameters in the Season 6 mid-season patch, we're introducing a detection state system, allowing us to create a more challenging and nuanced experience. So honestly, KT are going above and beyond. They could have just said, you know, bro, we'll leave the missions as is, but they're deciding to actually improve them further with the mid-season updates. But another part that Guillaume said, which honestly I can't really tell you much about, but he does say, oh yes, forgot to tell you, the team came up one day with a good idea. I was like, we have to put this in the game. I can't tell you what it is, and I think you won't find it for a long time. And honestly, I agree with him. There's no way you guys will be able to find or figure it out. And unfortunately, I can't help you because I know what it is. But if the community gets far enough ahead, I will make a video on it. But generally, I can't make a video on it until, you know, you guys figure it out. But for sure, the community is going to have to work together to figure this out. It's one of those type of things. That's all I can say for now. In fact, this thing requires a community so much that Guillaume actually said it twice, because he even mentioned again that you have to keep your eyes peeled. It's a subtle feature, but you have to keep your eyes peeled, and just to prove that you're not just someone completing contracts, but you're a true detective. And I'll be watching the community to see if you guys can advance in it, just so I can maybe make some videos, but we'll see. But that's pretty much detective missions, guys. And as I said, honestly, I'm super excited for them. They were definitely something that I didn't expect to be as fun as they were and as interesting as they were, because originally I was just thinking it's just going to be TD2 tailing missions, but honestly, I think the community is going to be pretty happy with what we have so far, and even happier when we see the rebalancing and difficulty improvements happening in the mid-season Season 6 update. But next, clothing stores, because that is another feature arriving into Season 6 of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Something that is definitely worthy of the TDU DNA, and it's definitely something that's been missed at the launch of the game, but really happy to see it here. And the interior spaces, as you can see, look very nice. So nice to see the art director and the arts team working pretty hard on this new concept of what Test Drive Unlimited actually is. But on top of that, they've actually even added new NPCs to the clan HQs, where they will actually sell clothes too, and they'll also sell car accessories and all that. But they've improved the TDU DNA on this subject as well, because previously, to get clothing or car customization stuff from the clan rewards per se, you had to get it from a RNG chest. Now, as a Destiny player, you know RNGs is definitely something you're not going to be a huge fan of, and it's going to be hard to customize your character. But the good thing is, this has been now removed. Well, not removed, because now in order to get the RNG chest, it's just money. So when you level up your clan, you get money. But all the clothes and car customizations that were in the Street and Sharp's clan have now been added to the respective stores, which is crazy because, guys, like, when I mean it's a lot of clothing items that are now in the shops, it is a lot of clothing items that are now in the shops, which is taking the bar crazy for character customization in TDUSC, and it's about time, to be honest, as well. But in fact, there's so many clothes in the actual clan HQs that it just triumphs whatever is in Ibiza. But this will be fixed in a future update where they'll evenly distribute between Ibiza and Hong Kong Island the actual clothes and accessories in the game. But next, the Hong Kong Island rework. I kind of touched on this before, so I'm going to kind of speed through it a bit. But Hong Kong Island, the northern district, and even the southern areas have been reintroduced with new intersections, new traffic lights, improved buildings, improve the visual experience as you drive through the city. And there's also a quote from Huai, who's the main procedural building artist, and he went over in detail about what his work is and why they're improving it and how they're also optimizing the game and its density as well, especially when you consider the better distance mesh and LED meshes that generate from the base mesh, which honestly, he goes in a lot of detail, including the improved breakdown of layouts to create buildings, the optimized assets and spawning. Honestly, it's really detailed, and I highly recommend you guys check out this letter because there's quotes. Huge shout out to Hawaii for all of the details regarding it. But they even talks about improving the amount of billboards on the island, because that's something that Hong Kong Island is definitely about. They also improved the actual signage in Hong Kong Island. There's more buildings, there's more variety. So it's definitely a step up from what we had at launch. In fact, honestly, if you look at what TDUSC was at launch to now, it's a crazy different game, and you have to admit it. If you don't admit it, you're lying to yourself, to be honest. But next, the car list. Huge shout out to Carl for his quote as well. Yeah, he let us know about the upgraded customization options, specifically on the Huawei Roadster and the Tamario, because there's like many different combinations you guys can get. I'm gonna recap it through super quick, but of course, the Pagani Huawei Roadster, as you guys know, it's coming in Season 8 in a dealership with 36 exterior options, 32 interior options, and 6 rim options. Then, of course, you have the Alpine R Ultime, which, again, bro, beautiful car in the level 1 solar pass, Lamborghini Temerario, and bro, the purple color, I might have to spec mine in purple to be honest, but anyways, 39 exterior paint options, 29 interior, and 7 different rims, level 15 reward. Then you also have the Pininfarina B95. It's electric, but it looks so damn sexy. This car is a level 50 reward, which is available to all players. Then you have the S-List AMG Black Series, which is available as a bundle, a Michelin themed bundle, which is really cool. Then you also have the Bentley Continental GTC Speed Edition 12, which is also, honestly, I kind of like this car much better than the base one in game, and also sounds better too. But that car is available in a bundle. Then in a Season 6 mid-season update, in the online store arrives the SRT Coupe VR kit. For some reason, I will not lie to you guys, at first I didn't like this, but now, bro, the front is growing on me and I don't know why. Maybe it's just this blue. Before, like, I was like, I don't really know about this car, but now, I can't lie, I'm kind of liking it. But anyways, that's the vehicle there. Quality of life improvements in Season 6 though. Casino NPC voices, so poker now has voices. You'll hear flop, river, etc. Really cool. You got casino chip people talking. You're heading to a poker room, you can hear people talking now. Like the actual NPCs, when you talk to them, they respond to you. So another level of immersion, because we like that. When you go to a store, you want to hear the NPC be like, so how can I help you today? Stuff like that. This is just another step towards the TDU DNA. The List GPS voice has been changed, so she's no longer robotic or futuristic. She's like normalized, I guess is the correct word. Increased outfit slots, so there's 6 outfit slots now instead of the current 3. Really important. There's 10 GPS points now as opposed to the 5 before. New thumbnail generation, so it just looks more improved and better. They improved the platform on the Celine HQ workshop. And Dirty Ear, this one's for you racers. We heard the feedback. So Dirty Ear now works up to 0.3 to 0.5% less drag behind a car. They've also added a linear progression from 100 meters to 0, as it was previously like an on and off trigger, no matter the distance, which is really a big improvement. So this is how players should race at high speeds, which means you can follow players behind each other and have competitive racing. Of course, like Dirty Air, nonetheless, if you're right behind the player, you're not really going to have much downforce. But before, it was just on and off. Now you have linear progression, and now it's going to be a lot more fun to have those high-speed races in PvP, just in time for Season 7's update, which we'll talk about in another video. But now, new customization and licensed items. So M4 and M Performance livery is the first subject of a BMW M Performance arriving in Season 6. It's available in the online store. Audi Sport Performance parts, crazy customization now where you get more things that are aligned with the TDU DNA. This is available in the Solar Pass. Michelin, of course, you guys already saw that from my video yesterday. That's more customization in the online store as well, and also in the live event. But liveries, here are some really cool live event liveries that are going to happen in Season 6. This Mercedes-Benz livery is beautiful, I can't lie. Then you also got this Ford anniversary livery as well, very nice. And you also have this livery for the C7 Corvettes, which I might actually use as well. It's a pretty cool livery. Bro, honestly, the liveries are starting to get better and better. But anyways, really cool to see that. And spoilers, there are some new spoilers for the i8, the Ford Mustang, and I think I'm forgetting one, but yeah, we have some new spoilers in the game for Season 6. Now, network improvements, really important, guys. There was a quote that was from the February Solo Club letter, if I remember correctly. But in Season 6 is going to introduce several fixes regarding the online session management, mostly linked to what players see as lobby errors and group errors. So this is going to be much improved, and all of the current issues you guys are seeing on the networks should be fixed by next week's maintenance on the March 25th. But the team is also working on a servers v2, which is where they'll rewrite a lot of the algorithms and improve network stability, connection, reduce latency, and make sure that players will be able to see each other a lot more often in the open world. It's also a crucial system in order to look into implementing cross-region and cross-play too. But now for sound improvements happening in Season 6, guys, I know I'm talking for a hell of time, but this letter is pretty fucking big. So Day 1 of Season 6, there's overall sound balancing, so some cars and sounds and cockpits and AI balancing sounds as well have been done, and for Pops and Bangs has been fixed. Evija, Batista, and Taycan are missing sounds from other players and free roam events, also fixed as explained. 4C Spider clipping at red light has been fixed as well, and more will be announced at the patch notes. Some other things that you'll find in Season 6 mid-season patch: the Aperta, the sound team is currently working on improving that. The Regura, they fixed the missing engine sound at low RPM. Wire Roadster, you guys remember, we're improving that sound. Car sounds for other players in free roam, it's a bit broken right now, so it breaks the cruising immersion, but this is something the sound team is going to be working on. And then also community sound improvement lists such as the MP412C and other various vehicles from the community requests on sound improvements. But of course, all these will be announced in a future Solo Club letter. But now for the patch notes, an important part of this. Guys, I know you guys were asking about the link between controller and steering. Look at that. It's been fixed. There is still an improvement that the team wants to do to actual steering animation, because now, depending on how many angles you're using on controller, the wheel won't be able to keep up with the speed, because you'll be like, you know what I'm saying? But that's another improvement that the team is going to have to work on. But for now, probably the most important one, your steering is now linked to the actual physics of the vehicle. Live event spoilers are now equipable, so those spoilers for the M4 and the Dodge Challenger, if you did unlock them, you now have them, can work. The GT3 force feedback and Vulcan force feedback, the input delay, there was an issue with it, but it's now been fixed. The list wheel navigation binding, players on wheel can now head to the settings and bind left and right through the list wheel. Mouse look navigation and free roam. Wheel desync with multiple bindings has been fixed. Waiting for the race setup lobby will change the weather. Another thing that's fixed. Hood cam look left and right, also fixed. And optimization increased the default upscale resolution to 1440p in performance mode. Nice to hear that. They're also working to bring it hard. They're also working hard to bring it to PS5 soon too. Just super important. And last but not least, we're going to take a look at this roadmap. Seasons are changing at the moment, but this is because we need more time for the actual seasonal updates. So it's not going to be 3 months anymore. And the plan isn't to have it at 5 months, because that was a one-time thing per se for season 5. But things can change, and I can't tell the future. But for sure, it won't be 3 months anymore. So maybe it'll be 4. We'll just have to wait and see how the time goes on. But take a look at the timer in the hotel, and we'll figure things out from there. But yeah, so detective missions, enhanced solar pass, and events. JDM cars arrive mid-season. Houses and garages, real estate agency, and coming next to be announced. I'm not really sure what that means, but I'll let you guys discuss on that. That's everything. And apart from that, of course, Sebastian Waxen, the head of Nakon Racing, mentions that TDUSC is an important game for Nakon, and they see a future with their franchise as well. But that's pretty much everything happening in Season 6. I'm going to have to make other videos for Season 7 and Season 8 as well, because on those are topics I just gotta leave for themselves. If you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe for more TDUSC content, and let me know your thoughts on detective missions and the whole Season 6. I'll see you guys in another video. I'm out, guys. Peace.